If your Facebook ROAS is suddenly down, don't launch new ads. Don't stop any ads, and also don't do anything else. One of the biggest mistakes I see is that when Facebook ROAS drops, people just start launching a bunch of new ads, stopping some other ads, maybe even changing their product page, the landing page, and so on. If you panic change your entire funnel, you will not be able to improve performance, but most likely will ruin it even further. So in this video, I will instead tell you what you need to do. My name is William and I've generated over 30 million in sales for 7 to 9 figure e-commerce brands. And with that having said, let's get straight into the video. So when your ROAS drops or your cost per acquisition increases, you first have to understand what ROAS actually is. The formula for ROAS consists basically out of only 4 main factors, and that is AOV, conversion rate, click-through rate, and CPM. So when your ROAS drops, what you want to do instead of just changing something is to understand what exactly changed. What exactly changed for the ROAS to drop? For example, your AOV go down, or did your conversion rate go down, or did your click-through rate go down, or did the CPM increase? Those are literally the only 4 options why your ROAS would change. And this is exactly why it is so detrimental if you just change something. Because again, let's say your conversion rate dropped or your AOV dropped. If the action you take is pausing your winning ads, this is damaging to your performance, because the ads, it's not like they started performing worse, right? You still have the high CTR from your winning ads and your quality traffic. It's either a change that you applied to your offer and landing page that led to this change, or if that's not the case, then it's simply a change in the environment and in the market. For example, maybe a competitor launched a better product or a similar or same product for a lower price point. And basically now you're competing against that competitor that you are not even aware of. And let's say they take all your sales away, but you start stopping your top performing ads. This is exactly what you don't want to do. You want to first analyze what happened metric wise, what metric got worse, and then you want to understand why this happened, because only then you can take the right action to get your performance up again. Now let me lay out in detail how you can basically understand what actually happened. So let's take scenario number 1. The CPM went up. You find the CPM went up in comparison to before. Now the only thing that might have happened is that more people advertise to the same kind of audience. They sell the same desire, they sell the same type of product, or they sell the same solution. If this is the case, you just want to focus on basically counterbalancing it, but by making ads with higher click-through rate. And there are also some strategies that you can apply to actually lower your CPM. If you want to learn how, check out this video where I talk in detail about how to lower CPM. Now the next option is, and for this I actually want to go into the ads manager. Now here we have the ad account, and what you want to do is basically, if it's the click-through rate, you want to compare the overall click-through rate and how it behaved. We use the unique outbound click-through rate. Unique means we don't count people twice, not the same person twice. Outbound means they actually get to your website and don't just click to comment or to like your post. So this is what I recommend using. Now you can compare for whatever time frame you're looking at, let's say the last 30 days or the last 7 days, whenever the drop happened. You want to compare and check, okay, how did this metric behave? And this is how you can see like basically what caused your drop. For example, let's open up this and we see the overall change. Now, okay, in this account, we actually had more winning ads and an improving click-through rate, but let's just hop onto the ad set, but let's just hop into the ad level and sort it by amount spent. So we see the ads that spent the most. So for example, here's a winner that recently kind of burned out, and this is why we stopped it. And here you can see exactly, hey, the click-through rate actually changed here. It dropped down from 2.8 to 2.2%, and the change here is 0.6% into the negative. Also, that combined with a rising frequency. And this is also very important, because this basically means that Facebook struggles to find new cold people that can watch this ad and convert from it. So it keeps showing it to the same audience. They get pattern recognition. They understand it's an ad, so they just skip the ad. And this is what leads to a lower click-through rate. And overall, this also, of course, reflects in the performance if you get like less traffic for the same amount of ad spend. And this is why, for example, for this specific ad, the ROAS dropped here by 1.7 points from 4 to like just 2.8. So if you have this combination of lower click-through rate, higher frequency, and lower performance overall, be it ROAS or cost per acquisition, then you know, okay, this ad or like multiple ads fatigued, and then you actually want to switch them off and find iterations of the winning ad or new winning ads to get again performance up and to scale. Now the other two possibilities, and for that I actually recommend setting up some custom columns, is conversion rate and AOV. I recommend setting up these because the conversion rate and the AOV in your Shopify is one thing, but we want to analyze it specifically for your Facebook ad traffic, right? In your Facebook Ads Manager, it will be about your Facebook ads traffic, and in Shopify, just general. So I recommend setting these up. Conversion rate is just purchases divided by landing page views. AOV is just purchase conversion value divided by purchases. This one in percent, this one in dollars, and then we have it. Now also with these, you can just set it to compare and then actually compare over the last 30 days, let's say the AOV, and you can see if it improved or decreased, and you can see if that might be the reason for your ROAS to drop. Now for this brand, not really a difference, so everything good here. Now, if you find that conversion rate or AOV is actually the issue, there can be multiple cases for it. First of all, what I commonly see is brands run out of stock for something that makes up a higher AOV bundle. They run out of a sizing option for example, a clothing piece, or maybe they change the price point or their offer or something else about the landing page, the product page, or the funnel. Analyzing this and whatever happened, reversing this or restocking will usually fix the issue. If you find that you literally did nothing wrong and everything is just the same as it was before, you can be sure that this is an external factor, and there are again multiple possibilities here. From the external factors, there are really many possibilities, but one of them is that, for example, a competitor might enter the market that might sell a better product or a better solution, or like solve the desire better than your product, or just have a better offer. And then of course this competitor is advertising to the exact same people that you advertise to. And if people find, hey, this is actually a better offer or a better solution, they just go for that competitor, and this is why your conversion rate and AOV drops. In that case, you of course have to improve your product, because the superior product always wins over time, and just improve your offer to be competitive. If you check the whole market and this is also not the case, then it might be just people's buying behavior. For example, towards the end of the month, performance usually drops a bit down because people tend to spend all their money towards the end of the month, and then they need to basically get paid again to be able to spend again. Or sometimes, very rarely, don't blame the algorithm, but sometimes Facebook is rolling out new algorithmic updates that go really wrong, and then basically performance sucks for everyone. And if that happens, you just really want to keep working on your brand, on your creatives, on your offers, and that will get fixed within a few days or a week or longer. Again, this is the least likely scenario, so whenever sometimes happens, don't ever just say, oh, it's the algorithm. Do what you can do, but be sure that it will be solved. And this is how you take the right action based on your analysis. If you see that multiple metrics decreased, for example, conversion rate and click-through rate, don't just take many actions at once, but actually analyze again why this happened. It might be multiple causes, it might be ad fatigue plus a competitor entering the market that has a better product. Understand what is happening and then apply the changes to your strategy. Now, if you want someone to help you with that and to scale your brand, click the first link in the description. This is exactly what I do. I help a handful 7 to 9 figure brands to scale. And again, check out also the CPM video that explains how you can decrease your CPM or what you can do when you see that rising CPM is the cause for your performance drop. Keep scaling, see you there.